What's up, everybody? This is Peter again for Sports Hot Rumors and Debates. How are you guys? Man, I told you guys last week I'm gonna make a video if Patrick Mahomes wins because I'm telling you, I am a huge Tom. It's okay. I'll start over. When I was younger, I thought Peyton Manning was the best quarterback. When I was in my 20s or teens, I was thinking Peyton Manning. When I was a kid, I was a big 49er fan. Jerry Rice and Joe Montana, even Steve Young. Used to great all these great quarterbacks. I thought Montana was the best. But as you got older, you change your perspective because you see things differently. And seeing what Tom Brady did, you can't say he's not the greatest of all time. The dude is just absurd. You see after he left the Patriots, right, how bad the Patriots are. And I guarantee if he was on that Patriot team, he definitely didn't make the playoffs. I don't know if they win the Super Bowl. But anyway, he's just the greatest of all time. But Patrick Mahomes, if you would think if after Brady, no one's going to get close, right? But what Mahomes is doing is, again, outstanding. Now, you can look at yesterday. Now, Baltimore's got great defense. They're all over the place. It's very difficult to win at Baltimore, right? So, it's one of those things where you have to say, is this guy not, is he honestly on another planet than all these other quarterbacks? Because what he is doing to these teams with the teams that he has is crazy. Now, I will say this. The Baltimore defense finally figured him out in the second half, but sorry, it's a crazy car. The Baltimore defense finally figured him out in the second half, but when he needed to make the plays, he made the plays. The drives that he did, because Pacheco didn't have that good of a game, so he had to be right on. And Kels, of course, showed up when he needed to show up. He made great plays, great catches, but again, Mahomes put the throws right where they needed to be. Even the throw to with MVS at the end, just who throws these throws? It's right on the money. It's insane what he's doing now. And I'm going to go on the other way. You want to see? I will tell you this all day. Lamar Jackson is one of the most overrated QBs in history. He is just not good. He's not a good thrower. He's never been a good thrower. And his leg-wise, he's fantastic. He's so hard to tackle. But he's just not that guy. You understand? Now, look, probably if my favorite quarterback in the league is probably Josh Allen. But again, Josh Allen right now can't be that guy unless you can beat the man. And the man is Patrick Mahomes. Until you're able to beat that man, you're not that guy. You understand? So the truth is Mahomes is the man, and Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson are kind of in the same category at this point. Lamar Jackson, though, to me, is a million times worse than Josh Allen, because Allen can run and Allen can throw, right? So it's a totally different story. And Lamar had guys. Now, again, Flowers definitely messed up a play. Okay, Flowers messed that up because he had the touchdown. So it was that. And actually, Flowers messed up 2 times because on that deep ball, he didn't have to cut back all the time. He didn't have to make all that stupid penalty that he did. But then, he messed up. So that's for sure. So Lamar had a good drive there. But let's be realistic. He didn't have a good game at all. It was awful. He had so many chances on the drives. He missed so many different things. It didn't make any sense. It's just you can't miss these throws against great quarterbacks because they'll make you pay. He didn't have, and he had good receivers. Andrews was back. Okay, you didn't look for Beckham. You did barely. Don't get me wrong, Beckham's old, but you got to use these guys. Likely is a really solid tight end. Okay, and then after that you have Flowers, and you got guys like Bateman and stuff who can catch. So just use them. How many times did he look for the deep ball when he didn't need to? He held the ball too tight. Either you run or you throw 6. The drive that he did the best is when the drive that Flowers fumbled the ball because he was looking for short plays. Then when he finally had a chance to open it up, he opened it up. But you don't freaking keep just holding the ball, and then finally throwing the ball. You just don't do that. You don't. The Chiefs' defense, credit to Steve Spagnuolo, because they were ready. They were ready for Lamar, and he choked again. And the truth is, he would have choked against Houston if C.J. Stroud played better. But it was a different thing because he had a horrible first half again, and the Texans just choked again because they were young. But Kansas City's not making that same mistake. Again, who is Patrick Mahomes throwing the ball to? It's just Kels. Rice had a good game, but there's nobody throwing the ball. Pacheco didn't have a great game, so you can't say that there's a whole big thing of running and all this stuff. You can't say that they're having like this huge on the ground game, so Patrick Mahomes is opening up the field. He has it. If that game they didn't have it, so Patrick had to be Patrick, and he was. He found the right guys, he made the right plays, and credit to him. And then the defense did their job. And then at the end, when they messed up, Patrick Mahomes was able to capitalize. He was able to get the first downs when he needed to get the first downs, and that's the difference. When you're in the playoffs, you have one game to prove yourself. This is not baseball or basketball where you have a bunch of games. This is the thing. You got to show up. Patrick Mahomes shows up. Lamar Jackson doesn't. Simple as that. Now, Lamar Jackson, who's going to win the Super Bowl? Excuse me, Patrick Mahomes, who's going to win the Super Bowl? There's no way, in my eyes, San Francisco beats Kansas City. And I'm going to tell you why. Goff and them were picking them apart. Reynolds dropped a lot of balls. Okay? Second of all, Kansas City's defense will not beat Detroit. And as much as I think the Detroit coach is a really good coach, damn well Andy Reid's not going to do stupid things like that and gamble every time. So I just cannot see San Francisco beating Patrick Mahomes. I can't. Right? It just seems to me that Kansas City's going to play the smart game. They're going to play the right defense. San Fran will make a comeback towards the end, but Kansas City will just hold on, and they're going to win another Super Bowl. And I tell you, in the beginning of this year afterwards, I said, you're going to screw Mahomes over, and they won it. And even if they don't win, do you know how ridiculous it is that this man, the knock was, can he win on the road? He went into Buffalo and Baltimore, two of the hardest places to play, with the MVP quarterback and the other MVP quarterback in Allen. To me, he went against them both and he just dominated. The Buffalo had Kansas City. They just didn't run the ball with Allen when they should have ran the ball. Allen was dominating them on the run. He was dominating them in every way possible, and they stopped running. So, and this is another thing with coaching too. This is where Andy Reid is a fantastic coach. He knows when to play, when to do, what to run, when not to run. Like, everything is made for Kansas City, guys. Everything's made for Kansas City. And Patrick Mahomes right now, without a shadow of a doubt, is the greatest quarterback. And he will beat, if he's on this torrid pace, no one will get close to him. Nobody. This is absurd. It's absolutely absurd. And, credit to him, because he's a good dude. He's an absolute good dude. Last thing I'll say is, I thought it was fucked up that C.J. Stroud talked about God and they cut a lot of his comments. Shout out to Kraft on Green Bay for saying stuff about, church and God and everything, because to me, that's what you're supposed to do. And then, they don't want to push the narrative about God. All right, talk to you guys soon.